It was an ordinary morning when I stepped into the garden, but what I discovered that day was anything but ordinary. Hidden beneath the dense foliage was a tiny marsupial, trembling as though the world itself weighed too heavily upon its fragile body. Its wide, fearful eyes reflected both terror and fragility, as if it had been lost and alone for far too long. The creature looked weak, its small frame hinting at days without nourishment. Leaving it there, exposed to the harshness of nature, felt impossible. With careful hands, I lifted it gently, its delicate form fitting snugly into my palm, and carried it inside. The first days were filled with uncertainty. The little animal, unfamiliar with the strange world it had been brought into, refused food and shivered constantly. I spent hours by its side, feeding it milk drop by drop through a syringe, wrapping it in soft blankets to keep the cold at bay. Slowly, with patience and tenderness, the fragile creature began to change. Where once its eyes were filled with fear, they now followed me with a hint of curiosity. Every tentative step it took in its new surroundings felt like a victory, each small moment a sign of hope. Over time, the shy, fragile marsupial blossomed into something entirely different. No longer the trembling figure I had first found, it leapt with boundless energy, exploring every corner of the house with unrestrained enthusiasm. I named it Pip, inspired both by its tiny size and the resilient spirit that seemed to define it. Pip quickly became the heart of my home, his playful antics filling the rooms with laughter. Yet, behind every smile he brought, a quiet thought lingered. Did Pip truly belong here? Would he, one day, long for the wild world from which he had been taken? That question grew louder with time, until it could no longer be ignored. I sought the advice of wildlife experts, hoping to find the right path for Pip's future. Together, we prepared him for what would be both the greatest challenge and the most necessary choice: his return to the wild. It was a bittersweet journey, each day a reminder that love sometimes means letting go. The morning of his release arrived with a stillness that seemed almost sacred. Carrying Pip into the forest, I felt the weight of every moment we had shared. His small body, once weak and uncertain, was now strong and eager. When I opened my hands, Pip hesitated only for a heartbeat before bounding into the undergrowth, vanishing into the place he was always meant to call home. My chest ached with the loss, but deep down I knew it was the right decision. Pip's story is more than just the tale of a small creature's survival. It is a reminder of the beauty of second chances, of the courage it takes to nurture, and the strength it requires to release what we love most. In his fragile beginning and triumphant return, Pip carried with him a lesson that sometimes the truest form of love is the one that sets us free.